Today I'm searching country yard sales in the middle of nowhere to find items to flip for profit to save up for my holy grail Pokemon card, the first edition base set Charizard. It's part of the Pokemon Pursuit, the challenge that I've given myself to build the collection of my dreams from Pokemon cards, games, systems, collectibles, and more. And in this video, I find the craziest retro game collection that I've ever seen from a yard sale in over 20 years of hitting sales.
I've got a box full of the original boxes for some 64 and Super Nintendo. And I'm original owner.
That's awesome. So I've got that. Let's see if they're negotiable, but these usually do pretty well. Alright, picked up the camera for $6 and the Birkenstocks for $1. Should be an easy 20 bucks in profit. Let's bank it, and I'm not even counting these as worth anything, so let's call it 30 bucks in profit, because the Birks have got to be worth something. So that puts us up to $33.85 in our Pokebank on the mission to the first edition Charizard 4000. The sales are fine so far, there's just nothing I'm looking for, but then we drive up what might be the longest driveway in the history of driveways.
We're going down a dangerous path. Yeah,
dangerous path of life.
Yeah, if we can get these for cheap, there's a full Titleist set of irons. Would you do like 40 for the pair? So do like 30 and 10? Okay, cool.
Wonderful.
We're desperate for Charizard. Then we need profits. We're gonna get it in an unorthodox way if we have to. Got the bowling balls. I don't even know about the bowling balls themselves, but the bag is worth like 40 bucks. So for 10 bucks, I took it. That's very interesting looking. Holy cow. So bought the golf clubs for 30 and the Titleist set of irons, the 981. It is a full set with pitching wedge. They go for like 120 bucks. And I almost wasn't gonna buy them, which is kind of silly because we can totally sell those pretty quickly on eBay. And then the wild card is all of these like fairway drivers and stuff.
Okay.
So
not as mind-blowing as I thought.
I was hoping that would be mind-blowing. That was crazy.
It's like 15, 20 bucks.
Okay.
For that one.
So we'll say 100 bucks profit here and about 20 after fees here. So 120 total. The next couple sales had random stuff from kids' clothes to tools. I was able to get a couple things for my kids and also even found some tools that will add some profits to the Pokebank. All right, so this ended up being a good score. This goes for about 45 bucks plus shipping. Like I said, 17 is what I paid for most. This goes for about 20, so about 40 bucks in profit right there. And then just picked up this hat from their neighboring sale. I don't know what it's worth. I'm gonna say at least 10, 11 bucks, so we'll call it 10 in profit on that. And then we asked for games. He brought out a PS3 console, said he has more with it. So we're gonna go see if we can pick that up too. Nice, yep. Yeah.
Well,
the best one is probably Sonic Generations, and then the God of War's up maybe like 10-ish these days. I was hoping he had like NCAA 14 because that one's like 80 bucks. But
really?
Yeah, it's a random one, but sports games aren't worth anything typically, except for the select few.
I don't know, what do you think, 100 bucks for all of it?
Maybe in the middle at 80? I mean, what if you did like 90 and I left 3 of the sports games? I mean, I know those are...
All right.
You give it that? All right, so we succeeded. We got the PS3. It's very clean. Had to pay up for it, 90 bucks. It's got a small stack of games. The God of Wars are decent. The Sonic is decent. 2 good Sony controllers, so it should be a pretty clean double up after piecing it all out. So we'll call it 90 bucks in profit. This was a bit of an unorthodox score. Focusing on the HP servers here, they're marked at 100 bucks a piece, which is a little bit high. So I asked if you do a bundle price, and he said 60 bucks each. I said sure.
Good deal.
After looking them up, they are very heavy. Best case, they could be worth like 150 bucks a piece.
There could be drives inside.
There could be drives inside. There's a lot of question marks here. I'd say very conservatively 120 a piece. He literally runs a business where he used to use these, so he knows they work. So 120 bucks in profit all day long. It's a good score. Walking into this sale was really funny. The first thing the lady says, if you don't got horses, you ain't gonna like nothing here. And let me tell you, that's not the first time I've heard that. So we're gonna prove her wrong and find something to buy. It's got Guy Fieri, man. He's my hero. Never forget. Alright, this is an unorthodox score. We bought them all blind. But some vintage Western shirts, Wrangler brand, and then a Carhartt vest. All of it seems like vintage. And then a Levi jacket, which that might look good on Sky Guy.
That could. I think it's a women's jacket, but
it was $10 for the Levi jacket, $2 for the.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. It's $10 for the Levi jacket, $2 for the Carhartt, and then $3 each on all of the shirts.
Good deal.
It feels like we can't go wrong. Shout out to Harry Tornado, Rally Roots, people that deal in clothing. I don't know, teach us something.
She said these Wranglers were $100 new.
Oh my gosh, that gets me excited about the potential.
So we just looked up some of these jackets. This one looks like it's an old Levi's vintage. I don't know if it's technically vintage, but it's looking great. $80 all day long. Got this Carhartt jacket. Some of these Wranglers I know can go upwards of $100 new. And we got some rock mount ones. So all in, we're at $36. Projected profit anywhere in, what do you think? A really, really, really safe 200?
I'm gonna be even safer and call it like 150.
Okay.
But yeah, I would say like the Wrangler shirts minimum 25 a piece, and there's 8 of them, so that adds up fast when you bought them for $3.
So we'll call it $150 profit added to the Pokebank.
Now we are really close to being able to afford that Charizard, but there's a problem. We've kind of hit the heart of the town, and all the other sales are miles spread apart, so we need to make every trip worth it and look into everything in detail. So even at a sale like this, we always ask for games.
Do we have any video games or PlayStations or anything like that?
Nintendo, Wii, DS, Sega. Well, just went into another basement on an ask. Took us down to the entertainment center. They're moving. Didn't want these, so I just offered $40 a piece. This is not backwards compatible. And the 360 had no hard drive, so the offer was generous, but they were plugged in and I knew they were working, so that's why I was willing to pay up. $80, probably 70-ish in profit after fees. There was this one sale just on the side of the road with a couple tables. We decided to pull up, not very optimistic, but on the table, box of sports cards. We decided to ask how much he wanted for them.
Yeah. How much you want for the box?
Hell, give me 20 bucks and you have it.
We had shuffled through the cards a little bit at the sale. I actually saw one that I thought might be worth 20 bucks by itself, so at that price point, we said, sure, we'll just buy them and see how much there might actually be in the car. This was actually a fascinating box of cards. Normally you find something like this and it's just all junk. There's autos in here, like that one. This like just crazy amount of modern cards, but for 20 bucks, the value is 100% there.
I thought you were about to say $100.
Well,
Don't tease me like that.
The value is well over $100.
It's well over 100.
Yeah, it could be hundreds. Like there's some nice RPAs, autos, all sorts of stuff. So we are 100% there to the Charizard. That's mind-blowing. We have enough money in the Pokebank to get a first edition Charizard.
You buy some cards to buy a card, you know?
That's right.
It's a great segue.
That's kind of poetic. So I'm super excited that we'll be able to afford the Charizard of my dreams, but we've noticed that because we're in the middle of nowhere, there's basically no competition out here, so we can't stop here. We gotta hit a few more sales. And let me tell you, if we didn't film what happened next, you probably wouldn't believe it, and I am so thankful that we didn't head home. So we're sitting in the car, we can't really think of what we want to save for next in the Pokebank. So we decided to just get out and go to this sale. It's got kids stuff, a kid selling cookies, and his dad, and he sees my N64 hat and says this.
I've got a box full of the original boxes for some 64 and Super Nintendo. And
What?
I always debate eBaying them.
Yeah.
Because this guy sold a few things on eBay. I just haven't made time.
Yeah.
Because some of them, like Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy, and some of those are, you know, with the original box and packing. Or
I know what they go for, and I'd be extremely fair with you.
I can go get a bin of stuff.
We'll go check out this sale while you do that and give you a little bit of time. So, country yard sales, like we said, we're driving miles in between sales and just ask for games.
He brought up Chrono Trigger.
and he said he has the boxes for everything. We were very straight with him. We said we know what they go for, we know what they're worth. But if we see a box of Chrono Trigger at a garage sale, I'm gonna toss my cookies all over the floor, all over Sky Guy's shoes.
And I'm gonna.
And I apologize in advance. What does that even mean? Oh my gosh. He just brought out 2 giant red bins. We don't know what's inside. All we know is they might be boxed Nintendo and Super Nintendo games with a potential for Chrono Trigger. So as we get up there and I see what's inside of these 2 red bins, it is absolutely mind-blowing. The quality of games, the condition of the boxes. This is truly a once-in-a-lifetime collection coming out of a yard sale, and we need to do it justice, so we're gonna do a full pick-through and show, kind of unedited, us going through the games and our live reactions and his amazing stories behind them. Yeah, I know.
I'm original owner.
That's awesome.
This goes back, so this might be a conversation for another. Yeah, I think the games are underneath a lot of these. Yeah, I mean, you guys ever seen the old?
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I
had one.
Fun nerdism here.
Yeah.
So I've used this controller. Do you remember the old Punch Out?
Yes,
Super Punch Out.
Yeah.
And
Turbo button for that one.
Yeah, I actually beat Nintendo Power's record on that one.
What?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Talking to a celebrity.
I was homesick for the day. I was like, hey, I just
Let me
beat
just
the
go
record.
for the record. That's
So,
cool.
Yeah, it's
Dang.
kind of funny. It's like I actually have the old Nintendo Powers in there too. If you have any interest in the old.
Oh, for
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, we're into
I
all
like
of
that
I didn't
stuff.
get those out, but
Well,
here. Yeah, I was gonna say you guys can set some of that stuff out and take a look at it. And
do you have the Nintendo Switch?
so
They just re-announced this game for it.
did they?
Yeah, it's a cool one.
I have 3 boys.
Yeah.
And my wife is with the other 2. We're running around getting garage sales, but
Nice.
my free time is severely limited compared
Yeah.
to what it once
Yeah.
was.
It's understandable.
So yeah, it's that changes things a little bit.
A little bit.
Write that one down. Okay, good job, buddy.
Well, this is your wheelhouse. I'm trying to
Another
Hello.
pretty
zero
crazy
the
one.
kamikaze squirrel.
Yeah.
We make a stack of like what's there and what's.
I've only found 1 game that's in the
Oh,
box.
all these are in here.
great, thank
All of them that I've been touching.
Zelda feels like it's in
I don't.
there.
Can I set these like on the chair? I don't want to set them on the ground.
Right
Or
here.
oh yeah, on the lid.
Top
Perfect.
for you. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, you can.
We'll kind of
You can
set
just
ones that feel like they
separate
have
ones
the
that they-
game.
Yeah. Well, I think. I was gonna
Do you
say some
have
of
all
these.
these games inside, or you just have some of the boxes?
I would imagine
This
there's
has
games
everything:
in it.
maps,
That's got it all.
game,
That's cool.
packing, original. Like I say, some of those are. So some of them have everything. Some are just a box. But
Yeah,
the boxes
I like
for those
can-do.
that are collectors, usually you only have the game. They never have the box.
Oh yeah, the boxes
Yeah.
are harder to find.
Those are original.
Man, it's
like I
just
said,
cool to
we're,
see.
We're the first and only owner on most of these.
Nice.
All these,
Perfect
actually.
dark.
It's cool, man.
Yeah, me and my brothers, that's what we did. It's
classic.
But yeah, I've got most of these on an emulator on my computer now. So
Nice.
Okay.
I'll break them out for the
Yeah.
videos but yeah, a lot of these are Zelda and Chrono Trigger and
Some
Castle.
classics,
There's-
man.
Well, we had I think the best of Super Nintendo. That was kind of my
Yeah.
childhood. Super Nintendo through 64.
You don't see a lot of people that own Soul Blazer. That's a great
That was
game.
a great game.
Yeah.
That was a great game. There's a lot of them that were underrated. I feel like Lost Vikings was way underrated.
Yeah, I was just about to say. I love the art style on this one.
Yeah, like Lost Vikings was a really fun game if you actually sat down and played the puzzles. But
Okay.
a lot of people I don't think gave it a fair shot.
Yeah, Magic Sword.
What's that? And some of them were terrible actually. You ever played Equinox?
No, never played Equinox.
Yeah, it was awful.
Okay.
So,
Noted.
Like I beat it
Noted.
just out of being stubborn.
Yeah.
It was one of those things where it was just, like Young Merlin. You ever play that?
No, I haven't
sounds
played Young
familiar.
Merlin.
Oh man, there's some of them you're like, man, what was wrong with these programmers?
I was.
What were they thinking? Secret of Mana was a fun game.
Yeah.
So see, Secret of Mana. There's the other one, Secret of Evermore.
I never did that one. Actually.
Okay.
And then
Yeah, I
there's.
remember that one being out, but I never did that one.
Earthbound was my
Earthbound was a big
weird
one.
one that I really liked.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was huge. I remember. Do you have interest in the Nintendo Power magazines too? or-
Yes, definitely. I collect those.
Do you?
Yes.
Well, I've got every one for several years in there. I
Heck
think.
yeah.
Let me go.
Cool.
Let me go grab that.
Cool.
10.
So he mentioned that the ones that don't have games, he probably doesn't have the cartridge, which is the majority.
Yes.
We've got some that have games here and there. but there's some awesome boxes. I mean, Chrono Trigger with all the maps and stuff. Some of them don't even have manuals. Like this one feels completely empty.
But that being said, look at the condition.
The condition is really good.
That was a great game.
That was a great game.
All the Castlevanias I feel like people know about, but
that
haven't
one is
actually
true.
played.
That one's special though. Like that one kind of stands apart.
I agree. Well, Castlevania 4
I love the label.
Yeah.
Was that you or your wife? Yeah, that's how she would say for me too.
Yeah. You're married?
Yes.
How long have you been married?
Coming on 8 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
7 for me. How long for you now?
We just hit our 4-year anniversary. We're going on a trip today.
Yeah.
We're leaving
Let's
tonight.
go.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. So these.
Oh, you even got the card binders. That's
yeah.
so cool, man.
So what year? So were these like the N64?
So
era
it's going
then?
to go from. I think most of this is going to be. I mean, some of them are 64. A lot of it's going to be Super Nintendo.
Okay.
There may be some that are Nintendo as well.
Okay.
If you look, they have.
Yeah, it looks like they're in order, so I don't want to mess them up too
These
much.
look like the older ones.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can.
It's very cool.
Yeah,
See,
they
volume
go way back.
78.
Yeah, Start Box. I mean, that's going
Yeah.
back a ways.
Uh-huh.
Super
Yeah.
Mario
Yeah,
World,
but yeah, you
Kirby.
get the volume there.
30s.
So they,
Cool, man.
Hopefully they're all in order there.
Yeah.
But yeah, now I don't know if they're all Nintendo Power. If you look through, I feel like I had one other type of magazine, but I might have got rid of that.
I'm trying to think of what the other
Oh, and
There's a Street Fighter.
So
Game-
some, yeah, I was
Game
gonna say
Pro.
there's some
Game
that
Pro.
Are,
That's cool, yeah.
there's some that are specific to a
Even
certain
some
game, too, so it's
strategy
not all
guides.
Nintendo Power. That's cool.
Nice.
Yeah, Donkey Kong, that was a good game.
I love
Hey, bud,
Donkey
you
Kong
find
Country.
treasure?
I'm interested in everything. Do you have a blow it out like?
Well, I that might take a little bit. Like I said, I wasn't planning on putting these out. The kids are doing their thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'd have to do a little bit of looking, I think.
Okay.
There's a few of those are pretty decent online. So
They are, yeah.
like, you know, I understand eBay takes a cut. We've sold a few things on eBay, and then you got the shipping and stuff. I get that. But then there's also the time thing. I get that.
Yep.
So if you wanna make big bucks, you got to do it one at a time. And
Correct.
so that's kind of what I've had them sitting there for. I just haven't made time yet.
And one thing that Grant, the seller, kept coming back to was, all right, go ahead and look through them. You know, you can make me your offer and I'll look them all up later, or, you know, I'll consider it. You can always come back. And I was pretty frank with him because him and his wife both recognized me from out and about going to sales from years past. And so they acknowledged that I'd been to a lot of sales, and I have been to a lot of sales. And I told him, every time you don't seal the deal during that moment, it really 90% of the time is never actually going to happen. So I was pretty clear that I would love to make a deal today and that I want to do it in the most fair way possible. So what we came up with was we would go on price charting and we would literally write down every single thing, value it out, give them the full retail value of it, and then make our offer based off of that. Yeah, I think we pretty much know what's here, so I'm interested in everything. So
Trying to free out some more space, James. But I was debating whether I'm gonna do this eBay thing or not. I saw his hat, and then they all spiraled.
I've seen you guys at a garage sale before because you guys
Oh.
because I've heard somebody
Advertising.
come up and ask
for sure, I
look
we
for
ask
games.
all the time. So
We got a little YouTube channel going around kind of collecting stuff.
It's like the American
yeah?
pickers of
Yeah.
video games.
Yeah, because I'm thinking, yeah, Beth will kind of talk over it, but if you were gonna do it, I would probably just look at like the going price on eBay and then take it down to whatever percent, and just say, look, if I don't have to do the work of selling them individually, that's a lot of work.
yeah,
And if I don't have to ship them and I don't have eBay taking a cut,
100%.
then we kind of meet in the middle.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Maybe we could do something like that, and
I don't have anything else going on. If you just, I don't know what your schedule's like. If you just want to.
We can
Figure
do
that out
that
now.
if you want to do it that way. I don't know if there's a percentage.
Well, yeah, and I don't know, you know, if you take 30% off of what eBay it's selling for, I'd say, hey, that's fair because without shipping, without all that stuff, you know, I'm making a better deal in less work. You're getting it cheaper than you would on eBay.
Normally I try to do like 50% of after fees value, but in this case, like I'd be fine with doing like 60%, so just taking 40. No, eBay's fees are 15%, and then you got shipping, so it's
shipping,
really...
Right. Yeah, we've sold enough things on there.
Yeah, so I would be comfortable doing 60, and I can go through and we can work that out. I've gone to a lot of sales, and usually what happens if we don't seal the deal, then it like just tinkers
not
off
going
and
anywhere.
yeah. So
It's just been sitting in the
yeah, it's
yeah.
sell it to somebody else.
yeah. So it's either that or like I said, a couple of them I looked online. It was like $200 and some for the
Yep.
you know, Zelda and Chrono Trigger and some of those. I looked up and I was like, man, I can really make a killing on those. But
Yeah.
what I was gonna do is just sell a few, some of the cheaper ones.
So very quickly we could document everything.
Well, like I said, I've looked up some of them, obviously not all, and some of them, you know, even for the boxes instantly on eBay adds a value for the collectors.
Yes.
I mean, that's the thing that no one has. What does everyone have? They have the cartridge.
They have the cartridge.
They have the cartridge.
Yeah.
Maybe the cover, but not the instruction manual, not the box, and like I said, those have been.
That's the tougher part.
It is the tougher part. Yeah. Like I said, those have been sitting in my parents' basement, now my basement, since 1990 something.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Well, we're just hanging out all day. Whatever you guys is on your schedule, if you're running around, that's your.
Do you have like a notepad and paper?
Sure.
We could just make it easy and. Now I'm nervous because the price that he seems to be wanting is a good bit higher than what I would normally pay on collections. That being said, the condition here is unique. You know, if you find a box game at a garage sale, normally it's gonna kind of look like this, like all kind of smashed up, not the best condition. You probably won't find this game, Breath of Fire 2, at a garage sale. You never know, like if you find a sale like this. But the condition of these boxes collectively is pretty remarkable. They look more like, you know, like this. Really nice, clean boxes with good shape, good condition. And I want to find a way to buy this collection, and it's one that I know I could pay more than I would for a collection of lower condition items. So I'm really gonna find a way to try to make this deal.
And honestly, with those, shipping would be a whole different deal.
Yeah.
Heavy. They're
Yeah.
bulky. and
Well,
you
the
don't
size
have to
box
do
you
all
need
that
is
and-
stupid.
Right. That's what I'm
To
saying.
ship
with
one at a
those,
time, yeah.
Shipping is a whole different deal than with the
Correct.
boxes
Yeah.
themselves. So I'll give you that.
So I mean,
We're
what is your
gonna-
number like to sell them? Are you sticking with that?
Well, the 70%, and you throw these in. I mean, what were we at 70? We were.
It was 3,900 to be at 70%.
And then we had
That's-
these, and I understand that's the upper there. Then you got the magazines at another.
Yeah, so 80 of them at 10 a piece would be 800. At 5 pieces, 400. Call it split it six. Call it 600 in value.
600. Okay, that seems fair, right? 600 plus the 39 whatever.
So 45.
It's a good chunk
Yeah.
of change.
55.74 plus 600 is 61.74 in full value. Times 0.7 or 70% is 43.21.
So you guys are a team all the time when you go.
We are
Some,
You make quite a few
sometimes.
garage sales.
Oh, hundreds.
every week.
So focused on just video games.
A little
just
bit of
Super
everything,
Nintendo,
but
just
like-
Nintendo.
All video games, and then
But mainly
Pokemon
Nintendo.
cards, collectibles, and if we can get a random thing to flip, we'll buy it to buy more games. You know.
Do you have your own business selling on eBay too?
Yes.
Along with us.
Yep.
For all the stuff that you flip.
So I'm chase after
How
the
many
right
sales
price
do you have so
everywhere.
Like 1,000.
He's been doing this
That-
since he was 8.
Yeah,
so-
probably
You got thousands
tens of
still.
thousands. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So you're well aware of how well you can do on.
I am, and
But it's a lot of hours too.
It's a lot of hours.
It's like a part-time job for you.
This is it. This is all I do. This is
is
it.
all you do.
This is all I
They
do.
do.
You're American Picker Guy.
100%. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's funny. I've watched them and I think they're so interesting. I'm like, oh man, I don't have any of that stuff. They all have the old signs.
Yeah.
You know, the old
This is
oil
your
stuff.
version.
Right. Yeah. This is
I
our.
thought I have
Like
it.
you want an old Toys R Us sign.
Yeah.
Oh man, I used to love to go to Toys R
Oh,
Us.
me
and
too.
Battle
I miss
Creek.
it. I miss it,
I
man.
remember going there as a kid, like, oh, you guys go down the Nintendo aisle and the Ninja Turtles. I've got the old collectible Ninja Turtles.
Oh heck yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
And these guys have broken them out a couple times. to
That's
play with
awesome.
them, And
Old figures.
Yeah, good memories of that.
Yeah. I would do that today,
Cash right now.
and I'm.
Yeah, I'm still over 4 though.
You're over 4
I'm still over 4.
to 20%, so 4,900. So there'd be $600 of padding for me to sell every single.
I really feel like I'm listening to American Pickers. I need a little meat on the bone.
Yeah, I mean, there's
no meat.
there's no meat.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do this unless a lot of it was going to be for the collection, even at 37. I mean, like, what's your bottom dollar? 4,300 being 70%.
There's not buyers. like him.
Bottom line,
Yeah.
I would do 4, right on the dot. End of story. You have it all. $4,000.
Do you think I should do it?
And you guys can go talk, and you can take
I
a
mean-
day because it's gonna sit in my basement.
Yeah.
Well, if that's 37, that's. I mean, 4's in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Do it, Chase.
All right.
I know for the collection.
All right.
For the
We got a
collection.
deal.
All right.
The biggest yard sale deal I'll ever make, I think, right there. So after an hour and a half of being at the garage sale, we sealed a deal for $4,000.
That's what I grew up doing, and I'd get my $60 and I'd go buy the game.
Let's
and,
go.
There you go.
And so a lot of good memories, and I'd search through these things and for some of the figuring out how to beat the
That's
some of
fantastic.
the yeah a lot of good memories. Well, I have to tell my siblings that they're gonna be like, oh, you did it?
Yeah. They gone.
It'll be.
We'll see if they're happy or mad at me.
They'll say, "Where's my
2
cut?"
months, it'll probably
Well,
come
that's
out.
Yeah, it's-
awesome. I think that's cool. Like I said, I appreciate you writing that down.
Hopefully you're really happy.
Oh, hey, yeah.
Yeah,
Guys,
yeah.
grab some cookies.
Oh,
No, seriously.
that would be great. That would be
Grab
great.
some cookies.
We run some cookies.
Yeah.
Yes.
Grab some cookies, guys.
And we really want to do this collection justice, so we're going to take it back, get the crew's reaction, and get everything laid out so we can see this collection in all of its glory.
Can I guess what it is first?
Sure.
I was telling Alex, I think we finally did it. I think we finally went into a basement and found a bunch of sealed NES games. I've been waiting for that for so long.
The fact the only time we've ever gotten anything close to that was with Hobby Shop Ron tells me we'll never hit that again.
Oh, darn it, I was wrong. This one.
You were guessing one item?
Yes. What the heck? This is exactly what I was thinking, but not what I said. Because this is not sealed, but this is amazing. What the freaking heck? That is... So,
Alpal's speechless.
are these... I mean, that's like $1,000 right there, isn't it?
There's no game in that one. A lot of them don't have games.
Are they authentic, Chase?
Oh, yeah.
All original owner. All held on to since he was a kid. He saved his farming money and bought a game a week.
Farming money? He's a farmer?
He was
used to
as
be.
a kid. And
These are so clean.
he had a lot of memories attached to him. He shared a lot of stories.
Look at that.
That is
These-
way cleaner than all the copies we
I've
sold.
only seen this clean of a copy on a fake
Box.
version. Yeah.
This looks like it's a box
I think
of
Matt
Wii Pro
has
games.
one.
Like I've never seen.
We had to individually go through every single one in price charting. It was not going to happen otherwise.
Oh my gosh. Look at that. Jeez.
And we paid $4,000.
Price charted at 54 or 55.
56, and with what's in those boxes to the right, it was more like 6,300 in price charting. So you can open the boxes to the right.
These?
Yep.
That was also included.
Oh gosh.
You probably guessed what they are after picking it up.
Yeah.
Nintendo Power
Nintendo
Collection.
Nice. Yeah, this is.
Like 100 of them.
And they're in fantastic condition. I bet
Oh
they have the
my gosh.
posters.
Yeah,
We don't know.
We don't really know.
Some do, some don't.
These. Wow.
I thought this was cool. He put all the cards in the little card folders.
Oh, that's cool.
So here we have it, guys, the full breakdown. It's unbelievable to see these all laid out. Absolutely beautiful collection. There's 63 boxes here. Everything to the left is no game. Some of them have manuals, some of them do not. So you can definitely see that we paid up here. But I gotta point out, Zero the Kamikaze Squirrel, unbelievably rare. The box is a unicorn. That is crazy to find.
It's a squirrel on that box.
My apologies, it is a squirrel. Thank you, Sky Guy.
You're welcome.
But everything over here has the game, and most of them have the manuals. Some of the notable ones here: StarCraft 64, unbelievable. The Mario RPG up there. Majora's Mask, Link to the Past. Donkey Kong's The Lost Vikings 1 and 2.
Lufia.
Lufia's in there. Final Fantasy 2 and 3. Unbelievable, the quality of games. Grant, the seller, had amazing taste. And so many of these will be condition upgrades for me. A lot of them are going to go in my collection. I'm going to try to find a way to keep as much as I can from this collection while still making back close to, or you know, like all the money as much as I possibly can, so I can add some beautiful collection pieces for a break-even point, which is how I built my entire collection. And on the second channel, we're going to do a full breakdown of the processing of this entire day. But we won't be adding any of this to the Pokemon Pursuit Pokebank, but we did cross the $4,000 profit goal. So here's what we're gonna do. So I had a deal lined up for a Charizard first edition, but it fell through. So that $4,000, we're going to actually shift, and we're going to use that at our first game convention, Southeast Game Exchange, to have a Pokemon Pursuit spending spree, games, cards, collectibles, and more. I'm so excited about that. That being said, I'm still going to later save up for a first edition Charizard. I've decided I want one a little bit better, so I'm looking more for like PSA 6, 7, 8, even 9. Woo! Sky Guy's excited about that. I really want to I want to go all out with this Charizard. I don't want to get like a PSA 3 or 4 like I was originally planning. So if you have one, let me know. Hit me up and maybe we can try to work out a deal. I'd love to get, you know, a solid deal on it. And I'm going to start saving up for that again after Southeast Game Exchange. So stay tuned for Southeast Game Exchange, our first convention, and more Pokemon Pursuit videos. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.